Yeah, we're ready to go. God, just like, oh, there it's a little straighter. Ha 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 ha. All right. First, I would like to say Happy Memorial Day to everybody. I hope you sit back and thank everybody that has served this lovely country and given us all our the freedoms that we are allowed to have because of that, and thank them for everybody that's still with us, and especially the ones that, as they say, all gave some, but some gave all. I'm glad to hear, glad to know that people in my family didn't have to do that. But I want to especially thank my dad, an uncle, and my brother, and my grandfather, who is no longer with us, that served in the military and did serve in a war. Um, my grandpa in World War II, my dad and my uncle in Vietnam, and then my brother during Desert Storm, and also another uncle that he's no longer with us, served him with Desert Storm. I appreciate everybody in my family, especially my family that served. Um, so important. And everything. But now, after that, because WWD is doing tribute for Memorial Day and how much they have gave to the soldiers and a lot of uh, former military um, people that have served in the military that actually have are wrestlers and everything. One especially was done tonight was Montez Ford. Um, I believe, remember right, a Marine. Um, much respect for him for doing that. All right, tonight we opened up the show with Paul Heyman. Welcome to some Monday Night Raw, and he's talking about Obafemi, Brock Lesnar 2, and they show a video of Brock talking about, hey, you kicked my, yeah, I took a beating, you beat me so bad I thought I was done, and then he goes, no, I'm not. I'm glad um, for him to end his career with WWE, putting over a great competitor of Obafemi. It's wonderful. I'm glad he is doing that. That's like everybody thought he was just in it for himself. No, he is actually a great person in order to be able to put over Oba with this, and it's great. I am so happy that that's what's going to happen. So we get that, and then in the midst after that, Oba comes out, confronts Heyman, signs a contract, and says, "Yeah, after four, as Brock told him, he unleashed the beast in Brock Lesnar after he got beat at WrestleMania." Well, Oba said, "Yeah, he unleashed something and showed something after getting four F5s last Monday." And told Heyman to deliver a message to him, and I thought it was a good message. The last time I was there to beat you, now I'm there and I'm gonna kill you. Whew. Um, that I believe they did announce was going to be the first, like they've been doing, first hour of Clash, which is going to be on Sunday, 1 o'clock, or well, 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Eastern. So in our time zone, in the center, in the middle, it's going to be 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. So I'm going to go to church, come home, and watch some wrestling. First hour is going to be on ESPN 2, or just like me, I have the ESPN app. I'm going to watch it straight through. But it's going to be Brock Oba are going to open. Um, it's going to be a cool. It's going to be killer. It's going to be a. It's not going to last that long. Brock doesn't do that. He's going to be short, quick, in a hurry. I think Brock is going to probably take this one because their last match is going to be at SummerSlam. Um, and it's probably going to go, if you beat me, um, I'm done. And that's what it's going to be. Um, so that was a great way to start out. Um, then, first match of the night, we get Penta against Javon there, with Penta getting the win. Um, Killer match. I mean, as Jesse said earlier in the podcast we recorded, so hey, Patreon for $1, you can get it tomorrow, or you got to wait till later on the week, so it's on our server. You can give his thoughts on what he thinks about Javon and all that. Great match. Javon, Penta wanted to shake hands with him. Javon was a little mad. I think he was mad at himself. Didn't want to shake his hand. They did a interaction later on to go back on that. But is this kind of his fire that gets lit under his butt to possibly win and beat Penta eventually? One of the three people that I see could win the Intercontinental title. Him, Rusev, or Ethan Page. Three wonderful candidates to dethrone Penta, but that's not going to happen right away. I can see it happen at SummerSlam. That would be just an epic place for a title change and everything. But then, what's next for Penta? The bigger title. Definitely deserve it. And then we get a bit back there with Austin Theory wondering about the tag team titles because we were informed that Logan Paul got an injury. His arm, he pulled, I can't remember what they said it was, but he injured his arm, his shoulder, I think it was his shoulder, at Saturday's main event. So he's going to be out for a while. So Austin doesn't have a partner, he thinks. Well, Paul Heyman informed him that when he signed the contract for their title, for the tag title, he said the Vision hold the tag belts. So anybody in the Vision. That works. One gets hurt. Logan Paul gets hurt. Austin Theory has to get on a partner. So Braun Breaker can be his partner. Or if Bronson Reed was available, he's back off injury, he could be his partner. That's as they call that in the wrestling world, if somebody's been around for a while, that's called the free bird rule. That was put into that contract for them for the title. The New Day use it all the time because there's always three of them, and this does work in the faction. I thought it was good. I thought maybe they have to relinquish, but then I didn't think about that. But that's all right. But Heyman, kind of tells them, hey, some people hurt him. Logan Paul, he's pissed. So he says, just get revenge. So that's what Logan Paul did all night. They come after Bray, and Joe Henry was in the ring talking about Logan Paul and his injury. And this was internationally, you would see it in the U.S. with Netflix. They didn't show it. But he started singing for the crowd, Fire Logan Paul, of course. And during that, Logan Paul came out, took him out, hit him with a chair and on the back a couple times. And then he was going to leave and then came back, and Joe Henry was close to the side of the ring post. And he hit him. There was a good camera angle, of course. Nobody really got hurt, but he took out Joe Hendry. So Joe Hendry might not be traveling to Italy. Hopefully, we'll see him next Monday, or maybe not. It's all right. But we will see him, in Minneapolis in August. But that was the first person he took out because, hey, he was involved in that tag team match. Then Seth was talking to the Street Profits about, one half of the Street Profits. And then both of them showed up, and Montez Ford got in his face and was saying, you think you're the best, I'm the best, let's prove it. So they have a match for later on tonight. Seth Rollins, Montez Ford. Gotta love it. And then we do get the backstage moment with Javon and Penta, and he said, hey, I'm sorry the way I acted, energy. He's like, yeah, that's fine. And then all of a sudden, we get Rey Mysterio coming in. And Javon goes on his way, and him and Penta talking about, Rey's congratulating him on a great match with Javon and everything, and what happened there. And Penta spoke in Spanish. Don't know exactly what he said, but it's fine. Talking about congratulating him on being the new AAA general manager down there for Rey Mysterio. And then said he would love to have a match with Rey Mysterio for the Intercontinental title. Okay. If you're a fan of Penta like I am, and if you have seen him in Lucha Underground where Rey Mysterio was there, and how much Penta idolizes and honors Rey, and they all do. Yeah, this is gonna happen. This is wonderful. But in the midst of that, there's more of a story to that. But if they're going to give us soon Rey Mysterio against Penta for the Intercontinental Champion, hold on to your butts, and I'll even have to have a drink or a cigarette after that match because holy shit. Damn. All right. After that, we had a tag match with Bailey and Lyra Valkyria against the Judgment Day, with Bailey and Valkyria getting the win after they threw out Liv because she was ringside, and then Dominic tried to interfere, and that backfired. And I think Bailey got the pin, which is great. Good match for them. LA Knight came out and did a promo talking about the King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring is starting, I believe I'm right, next Monday. So LA wants to put his hat in the ring, and if he would win it, of course, like last year, they have a reason behind it and incentive to win. You get a title shot, and well, if he's on Raw, which is right now he's on Raw, he gets a shot at Roman, who is the champ at this time. He's talking about that. Jimmy comes out and is talking to him, and LA, saying how he is kind of, being Roman's lackey again and all that. And they have a few words, and we'll see where this goes, because Jimmy might be in the King of the Ring tournament or wherever he might have to face LA, which it works, because this new bloodline is that LA Knight had a few problems with the bloodline. He don't like this new incantation. But as Jimmy told him, you have a problem with the family, you're gonna have a problem with me, and we'll take care of it. So I'm probably guessing either Jay or Jimmy is going to be in the King of the Ring tournament. Um, with that, with LA Knight, which will be cool. It'll be good. Um, let's see here now. Let's see here. After all that good promo in the ring between LA and Jimmy, we had a backstage where Rey Mysterio was talking to Adam Pearce, uh, talking GM to GM about different things that, but then also talking about this potential IC match with Penta. Well, here comes Ethan Page saying, "Hey, why is he getting one? Well, he didn't earn it. I need my rematch." It's like, yeah, but you lost. You got to earn that again. Well, in that case, all of a sudden you go, "Hey, Rusev, look what they're doing. They're putting Ray ahead of you." And he's like, "Nope, that ain't gonna happen. You ain't qualified for this." So Ray goes, "Hey, let's have a match." So they had that for later on. They had the Rey Mysterio against Rusev, and the winner gets title shot with Penta. Wonderful. Gotta love it. Um, next up, it was with Seth Rollins and Montez Ford. Great match. Um, whenever the Street Profits are not a tag team anymore, and they go on their separate ways and go their single runs. Montez Ford, we've seen it before when they were in there. He's going to be a superstar by himself. Um, Angelo Dawkins, not saying he's not going to be either. He is going to be a great singles guy himself. Um, then when Angelo was coming to the ring, he was blindsided by Austin Theory. Austin Theory hit him with the chair because, well, hey, that's another person that had to, you know, um, hit Logan Paul for injury, so he's going after everybody. And it's crazy now. It's like um, Angelo Dawkins, was back in there, and Montez Ford is the next one that Austin Theory is going to go after. But they decided to, um, Adam Pearce decided to, uh, like after the next break, after the next match, decided to throw Austin Theory out and got rid of him because of what he did. Um, Montez Ford looks at Seth and says, "Yeah, you're right. We got to team up to take out the Vision because it's going to be Braun Breaker and Austin Theory. So yeah, they got to do something." So he's kind of has a partner, a friend now, Seth. But we'll see how that goes for right now. Next up is the Intercontinental number one contender, and Ethan Page is out there joining the commentary team. Rey Mysterio gets the win, so yes, it's going to be Rey and Penta. But then after the match, Russo's pissed, so he goes after Mysterio. Well, as he's doing that, Dragon Lee is there. He shows up, comes out. Ethan Page jumps in there to try to even the odds, but they doesn't work out for them, and Ray and Dragon Lee are left in the ring with a victory. So it'll be interesting, but this backstage interaction with um, Austin Theory and Maxine Dupree happened again because they said he's getting thrown out, and she was looking at him. They did the interaction, and all Otis said, he's bad news. So there's something coming out of this. It'll be interesting to see how they do it. And then at the end was the Tribal Combat contract signing. Both came out. Jacob, before before Roman came out, decided he didn't want any chairs, so he threw the chairs to the table. Had security out there. He signed his contract. He didn't want anything in there. Roman came in, signed it, cut a great promo against him, and as I said, this Sunday, if Roman loses tribal combat, he will have to acknowledge um, Jacob Fatu as the tribal chief, because that's what it will be. Great. No physicality on this one, which is great. They shook hands at the end and um, showed each other great respect because of what they have to do with the tribal combat. It's it, great respect to them of what they're going to do. But of course, it's like, I'm going to beat you, Roman. I'm going to beat you. Jacob says by him, I'm going to beat you, and you're going to be my bitch. We will see how it goes. I'm 50-50 on this. If Jacob loses, that's 2 matches in a row, and he lost. I don't see that happening, but there's no DQ, no nothing. So I don't know. It has to be Jacob winning, which is going to be crazy. If that is the case, I will give a recap after the show on Sunday. It'll be Sunday night sometime because it's 1 o'clock. They're going to be done in like 3 hours. So it's 1 o'clock here. So by 4 o'clock it should be done. And then probably right after dinner, because I have to cook dinner. I get children, I cook dinner. After that, I will throw up my recap and my response to that. Jesse might, I don't know if we might stream together or something. Maybe we will. But it's going to be good. Looking forward to it. I think it was a good Raw, the way they had everything and they ended. Next Monday, Raw. Now remember, they're going to be in Italy. So it's going to be at 1 o'clock in the afternoon is when they're going to have Raw. So I'm still probably not going to post it till later on, so everybody has a chance to watch, because not everybody is available on Monday. Like, I don't work Monday, so I can watch it and then put up later. But I'm going to put up after the regular time, so I don't spoil anything for anybody, because I don't want to do that. So give me your thoughts on that if you'd like to. I would love to comment. I think I'm going to try and put this on YouTube, but I'm going to put it up on our TikTok page, because we do have it, and post a video. I might edit this a little bit because I got Dwayne back there. I'm going to see what I can screw around with and put it up there. So keep following us. Follow us on there. Follow us on YouTube, which I'm going to put up first. Follow us on TikTok if you got one. And also Patreon. It's $1. Please go sign up just for $1. The easiest thing to do, and the least amount of money. You have to spend $12 for an entire year, and you get some free content. We have other stuff coming up very soon that will be on there, Patreon exclusive, before it goes on to YouTube or anything like that. We're going to have it up there because we have a lot of stuff coming up this summer. As I said on our podcast, and I'll tell you now, we're going to have we're lining up some guests to come on our podcast, so we'll be able to do some podcast exclusive stuff on Patreon. We're going to start live streaming some of the recording. Some of the stuff we're going to do is going to be on there. So please follow us on that. Tell your friends. Gift it to $1 to somebody that you know that loves wrestling and will love to hear people talking about it. And if you have questions, if you're on Patreon, ask us a question. We're going to answer them, and they're going to be on there for you. Exclusively, we'll do my name and stuff like that. So you'll get your questions answered strictly. straight from us, and we appreciate that. So I hope you guys enjoyed Raw like I did. I'm looking forward to the pay per view on Sunday. And don't forget, Saturday, 10 o'clock Eastern, AAA Mask versus Mask for El Grande Americana. And who's going to be the real one? I'm going to watch it because damn, it's going to be good. And then I'll talk about it because I got to. All right. Until the next one will be this weekend. Hopefully, I'll do 2 of them. If he can handle that, I might not be able to. Until then, bye bye.